Hello my dear ones, welcome to another material on our channel. We are still in this format because there is a renovation going on behind me, but another novelty has been introduced. A border around the cursor which will allow me to show you even better what you want to know, such as the weather, information on where it will be warmest and where it will be coolest. This will work of course in all formats here, and we begin. Today we will discuss how the next days up to the 12th, 13th will roughly look. These are general trends. And we will check what will happen here. And at the very beginning, a satellite animation from Saturday. As we see, on Saturday we have two areas that are very important for us. The west of Poland with very nice sunny weather, which will also help with very nice sunny weather, and the east of the country, which has completely different weather with fog, mist and total cloudiness, although rather without precipitation. But still the weather is what it is. I wouldn't say it's special. However, well, we have the next few days ahead of us. Some changes in the weather are coming. I invite you. Of course, we will discuss how it will look. Why such rotten weather? Well, that's because we have a constant situation over Central Europe. Of course, we still have a high-pressure system, the Clemens High, which is slowly moving towards the southeast, but still affects the weather in Poland. We also have lows that are located over Norway and the Atlantic Ocean. They are not currently affecting the weather in any way at the moment. However, the low located over the Atlantic Ocean does affect temperatures in Western Europe. This does not concern us much, except for the south. Sorry, except for the north. From the west of Poland, where the temperatures are slightly higher in a strict sense. What is it about? It is about the influx of warmer air masses. These warmer air masses from the southwest are moving and heading here towards this low, because the circulation of this low causes the air to be drawn in a northern direction. The circulation of the low located over Bergen causes slightly warmer air masses to also reach Stockholm, where temperatures at 850 HPA, so 1.5 kilometers, are higher than in southeastern Poland, where a high-pressure system prevails. 1 kilometers are higher than in southeastern Poland, where a high-pressure system prevails all the time, and are higher than in Poland, and where we have indeed lower temperatures here. The situation looks like this. This also translates, of course, to ground temperatures, and temperatures at a height of 2 meters, because we can clearly see that in Western Europe, especially in Spain, Portugal, but also in France and the United Kingdom, we have really quite pleasant temperatures. Similarly, around Oslo, it's 6 degrees Celsius, while in Poland it is 2 to 3 degrees Celsius, so these temperatures are definitely lower. Let's move on to the next calculations and focus this time on what will happen in the coming days, but it's also worth mentioning what will happen in southern Europe, because around Greece we have Nishtels, which of course previously affected the weather in Poland, is located exactly here, in this place, with a pressure of 10-15 hectopascals, but nonetheless, this low is blocked by the Clemens High and another high located around Valencia. All of this means that this low will unfortunately bring heavy rainfall in Greece, among other places, also in the coming days. Looking at the temperatures at 850 HPA, we can also see a clear situation here, which on one hand causes the influx of warmer air masses, while on the other hand causes the flow of cooler air masses from the north. So there we have a situation indeed quite similar to what was recently in Spain. So a blocked low that pulls in warmer but also more humid air from the south. This is also clearly visible in the temperatures at a height of 2 meters, where of course warmer air is flowing in from the Mediterranean Sea, while cooler air is flowing down from the north, from Bosnia and Herzegovina. This situation will cause significant and heavy rainfall until December 10th in the vicinity and surrounding areas. Monic is mentioned in the forecast with up to 500 millimeters of precipitation, which is really a very large amount. The ECMWF model sees this, while the GFS model sees a situation that is not much better, with 300 to 350 in northern Greece. This is a very large amount of precipitation, so the situation there is definitely very dangerous, and it is also worth monitoring. Let me know in the comments if you want to monitor it with me. What's next? What about the following days? Well, in the coming days, a certain change in the weather will be noticeable. Let's start from December 3rd, when a low, which you saw earlier over the Atlantic Ocean, will move north, towards Norway then, towards Sweden and towards Finland. This low will bring with it a cold atmospheric front. This cold atmospheric front will also affect the weather, among other places, in Poland. Cooler air will start to flow from the north, while warmer air will be pushed eastward, but the temperature differences will really not be significant. They won't be huge differences. Despite this, the weather will change. Yes, this cool air will flow in, and this atmospheric front will spoil our weather in Poland, but not for long, because already on the 4th, but especially on the 5th, we will again have a brief dominance of high-pressure systems, with a very prominent Russian high-pressure system with a very high pressure of 1043 HPA. This high will be somewhere around St. Petersburg. This is very important for us in the coming days. Another high pressure will form around the Azores, and we will have a ridge of high pressure that will extend, among other places, through Poland. On the other hand, we will have a low pressure system with a pressure of 983 HPA over Scotland. This situation will again cause the flow of cool air masses from the north. These cool air masses will reach Ireland all the way down to the northern part of France and southern Britain. On the other hand, cool air will also be flowing in from the direction of this high pressure. Unfortunately, around Greece, this low pressure will still dominate, bringing intense rainfall, and will certainly be a dangerous low in this area. It is also worth monitoring in the coming days and hours. This situation on December 5th will, as I mentioned, cause the flow of these cool air masses from the north. On one hand, the lower pressure over Scotland will draw cool air from the north, while on the other hand, it will still pull warmer air from the south towards the English Channel and the Bay of Biscay. So we will have a gap where this warmer air will be, but generally, cooler air will definitely dominate due to the high pressure block that will persist here for a longer time. Let's move on to the next calculations. This time, let's focus on the upcoming days, specifically on December 7th. December 7th, we see some quite intriguing changes. First of all, we see a high pressure system that will be far over the Atlantic Ocean. There will probably be either one or two highs, but we will also have lows. Lows that will form over the North Sea or over Great Britain, and perhaps one of the lows will also form somewhere around here. The Gulf of Genoa, the 6th, 7th, and 8th could be more dynamic days, especially for Central Europe. It is also worth noting here, of course, a very important thing: cool air will flow in again. The situation that could occur here would cause the influx of cool air, and I would say that it shows you in a very large amount how strong it is. Higher and lower positioned would cause the flow of cool air mass all the way to Spain, to France, to Germany, and also to Poland. So it would definitely be very, very dynamic in this regard. And we will see how it will be. However, we are moving here to December 9th, and on December 9th, in the calculations and the ECMWF model, and in the GFS model calculations, we have, one could say, a blockage, a high-pressure blockage, which we see on the map. Here we see on the map the potential at an altitude of 500 hectopascals. And what is worth noting here is the distribution of high-pressure systems. We have a high-pressure system over the Azores with very high pressure, and another high-pressure system somewhere near Ireland. If such a situation were to occur, we would indeed have low-pressure systems located solely over the Finnish-Russian border, as well as over the Mediterranean Sea. And such a situation primarily draws our attention to the fact that we would have a blockage, an Atlantic blockage, so no low-pressure systems would reach us from the Atlantic. And the lows, positioned this way, would cause an influx of cold air, because I'm showing you how circulation looks in such situations. Here we have an open path for the flow of cold air masses from the north, and I must admit that it could really be something, as it would be very cold. I'll tell you, at an altitude of 850 hectopascals, let's check the temperatures. And what we will notice here is, look, a strong influx of cold air masses from the north, and this is really a strong influx. These cold air masses would flow beautifully in a wide stream all the way to Spain, France, Portugal, and also Oran, generally here in North Africa, such as in particular, and as well as, is this a scenario that could come true? There is a chance for that, especially since the GFS model also sees it. My dear ones, this was a preliminary discussion of the coming days from today until the 9th or 10th. Let me know if such long discussions from time to time are okay. In my opinion, yes, so we will rather implement this. And let me know if this cursor that is now helping you. We will see each other in the next material. Best regards.